Hello there, viewer. It's been a while, hasn't it? 2.5 years, according to human reckoning. Although I suppose that matters little to a Time Lord such as Lotaeri, a competent, the blessed Time Lord, nonetheless. Did you know that he's also a necromancer of sorts? This video's the proof, for today, he's raising from the graves of my videos this playlist. For what purpose? To do what it was always intended to do. Entertain you folks, test my tactical prowess, and finally, maybe, realize the ending of the 100-hour campaign that is Eador Genesis New Horizons. On that note, welcome back everyone to some more... What was it I used to say? What did I used to say? Oh! Eador Genesis New Horizons modded. Yes, that was it. Has a certain ring to it, doesn't it? Man. Before we get going, I need a few minutes to cover what is new, what I've modded, how my game is configured, why I decided to dust this game off, and what the plan will be going ahead. To that end, the final bit first. You should know that I have checked the Russian form for Eador Genesis New Horizons every 2 weeks for the past 2.5 years to see if the hyperleveling bug has been addressed. To the best of my knowledge, it has not been. I have been watching other YouTubers play this game, Russians for the most part. They're the only ones who are willing to suffer through it. Because this is a very hard game, and they play it on a higher, harder difficulties than I've played on too. But they're Russians. They're used to their entertainment being hard and kicking their teeth in. But from what I have seen, even in the version of the game I am playing, version 21.0630_F01.A, they still run into the glitch. The hyperleveling glitch, in case you do not know, is that the AI gains a level for itself and every one of its units, its heroes and all the heroes' units, every turn. So on turn 16, you will encounter a level 16 hero with level 16 units, whereas your hero will probably be close to level 6 at the time, throwing things more or less in their favor immediately and unbalancing the entirety of the shard, your attempt to claim it. Since I stopped playing this game and encountering that glitch, I think I've gotten just about every, at least once or twice a month, if not more. I know people have stopped by and left me comments asking, Tim, are you ever going to play the game again? There's been a new patch for it, and this was an amazing playlist. And first off, thank you. I had a lot of fun playing this game, and that's always humbling to hear when people like the content that I produced. And I would love to play this game again, but I found that bug to be so aggravating and frustrating for me that I was just not having any fun playing the game. And in the end, you play games for fun, not for work. And that's why I retired it. But some of you have also told me that you have not encountered the glitch, despite 14 or 15 astral turns occurring. I think I bumped into it around turn 12 or 13, and then more consistently as we proceeded up through higher, I don't know how high it is, but the greater turns here in the astral. What we will do is if we encounter the bug, let's say 5 videos from now, 5 hours into the shard, even 3 hours into the shard, we encountered the bug. We will quit. We'll try changing the configuration file, setting the AI to the least amount of depth we can give it, and seeing if we still encounter the bug. And if we do, at that point, we can discuss it, what we want to do going forward. We can stop playing and put the game back again to the grave and say it was fun to remember, but still not fixed. Or I can try cheating in a way that is a little more fair. We'll talk about that in a bit. It occurs to me as well, by the way, so I guess really quick, that's all I have to say about why we're dusting it off as well. I wanted to play the game again for quite some time. You guys have wanted to watch me play the game. It's been a long time since we played it. I've gotten conflicting messages if the glitch is fixed or not. So we will see if it's fixed together. And if it is, fantastic. If it's not, maybe we'll encounter it hopefully a shard or 3 from now. And maybe we can find a different way to go about balancing ourselves against it. It occurs to me that some of you, by the way, who are watching me now, here on this video, have never seen this game before. This is a mod based on a game called Eador Genesis, a fantastic turn-based strategy game, and the mod for it is called New Horizons. It's added additional races to the game, rebalanced spells, added hundreds of new items, added dozens of new quests and events, rebalanced things entirely, added unique hireables via contracts. It's changed so much with the game, and in the vast majority of these cases, I feel for the better. There's only a handful of things that I didn't like about it, and most of those I have addressed, with what I'll be talking about in the future, about some of how I modded the game in just a few more minutes. In any case, I think this playlist that this will be uploaded to is just under 200 videos. The earlier ones will do a far better job of showing what type of game it is and how it's played. The latter ones will do a great job at showing why I stopped playing. I have modded this version of the mod as well. You might recall that I put together a survey sometime in the summer of 2019. And so that you're all aware, I have made those changes again. So we're going to cover those, and then we'll get to how I've changed my configuration files for Eador Genesis. So first off, again, if you haven't seen the game, I'm not going to bother explaining it. It'll just take too long. There's hundreds, possibly thousands of changes that have been made with this mod. It would take hours to describe the alterations to New Horizons, and so and explain what the game is. So we're just going to jump right into how I've modded this mod. So first off, remember that I've increased the scout's looting skill a bit. It's now only 10% more than it would be at rank 5 with the recent changes New Horizons did. They also increased the scout's looting skill. It was very lackluster originally. I didn't see why you would ever take points in it past the first rank. And so I'm glad that they have made similar changes to their mod. I added the tolerance skill to several types of mage units in the game. This is because they have an evil alignment, but it didn't make sense for them to be evilly aligned based on their descriptions. This was done, I think, because of the Inquisition. The Inquisition does more damage to evil-aligned units, and it hunt down mages and kill them. I think I like that very much. I don't mind them doing more damage to mages, but I don't think there was anything added to add such an effect in the game. So they do more damage to evil, demons, undead, and all mages. But this means that mages, because they're evilly aligned, cannot be added to a good aligned army without severely affecting that army's morale. It's even worse if your astral self is good aligned, which I believe Lotaeri is. And so I added tolerance to them, which I think makes it so that they are not affected by and will not affect the army's morale based on alignment. If I have to make any further adjustments, I will do so to those skills. There might be a different skill that I need to do it, but I remembered at least adding tolerance to them. So I've done that change again. What else did I do? Right. I had made a change to the commanders. I think I had increased their basic starting skill called leadership, which I felt was really weak early on. But I think New Horizons has adjusted the commander a little bit in the recent patches, trying to make their starting army a little more attractive. And so I have not mimicked whatever those changes were that I did to the starting commander. I have altered the Nightshades a bit. Nightshades are a tier 1, bleed-causing, armor-ignoring, great defense, good movement, 4 range with parry tier 1 units, and were, in my opinion, and still are, horrifically balanced compared to all other tier 1 units. You can lose your whole army to a squad of 5 of these girls with a priest support. It's just horrible. I had asked in the survey if you guys would mind if I changed them, and presented several different options to how we would go about changing them. The one that won the most votes was don't change them, Tim. But all the other options won more votes in total. I decided that because I hate them so much that I would alter them after all. I have lowered the range of their hand crossbows by 1. So instead of having a 4 range, their range is now 3. I think they're still stupidly strong, but this at least makes them a little more bearable. The last thing, if I recall, that I've done is I have stripped the celebrity hero portraits out of the game. New Horizons replaced the basic portraits for the male heroes and added female portraits in case you want female heroes. But the portraits are all based on celebrities, with occasional war paint or some magic symbols put on them, wearing robes or in some case not looking different at all. I didn't like them at all. I thought they were rather silly, really ridiculous, and I think the base game's heroes' portraits are objectively better in every way imaginable. I only have to point to the horrible face of Jim Carrey and how stupid it looks to prove I'm right. I am objectively right. This isn't my opinion, this is a fact. So I have stripped them from the game, so we won't see them. And with that covered, let's now talk about what I have done in my game's configuration. So the game has a bunch of options that you can tweak in case you want like longer combat length, or you want to run the game in a window, which is what I am doing here. So I'll cover only the things that matter. So first off, the combat length was increased from 25 turns to 30 turns. I didn't do this for the rest of the videos in this playlist. It was always set to 25 turns, but I wanted it to be a little longer so there's less draws. The manual guard control is turned on. It was turned on for us at some point during the game, when I realized I can make much better decisions as to what to do with my guards than the AI can when defending. It is not something we have to do, but it's something I will often do when the AI attacks us. Women heroes is again disabled. There are no in-game models for female heroes. Your girls will look like men with beards. For example, for the mages. And it's just too jarring. It looks... I can't do it. So they're disabled. And the portraits for them are all based on celebrities. I think they look bad as well. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just not interested in this. If for someone else, great. Have lots of fun. I got nothing against them, but I don't want them in my game. There was an option added some time ago to have the AI do something called Hold the Line. I think it was experimental for a bit, and now it's in the game files and turned on by default. This changes how the AI decides to engage your army. The AI will now stand still unless you approach it, rather than the other way around. Generally, it is easier for you to set up a defensive line and wait for the enemy to come to you. However, the hold the line, I feel, is not quite the answer. When I had tested it some years ago, and from my watching people play with it turned on, it makes the game much easier. If you have spellcasting units, for example, the AI just stands there with its army and lets you pulverize it with group spells, or whatever spells you want to use, and the AI retaliates with, like, Magic Spark. It's awful, and it lets you just beat the AI into the ground easily where it shouldn't happen. So I have disabled this. It's turned off. We will have to deal with the AI charging my lines like a maniac, which I think is a much better way to have to fight them. Finally, the AI depth is set to 1. I believe that is the default. That is the medium setting. You can change it down to 0 or up to 2. So again, it's set to 1. I think this merely impacts the length of time the AI gets to think during the strategic layer of the game, when it's taking its turns from the shard screen, as opposed to the combat screen during its tactical gameplay. But I'm not sure. So, I didn't change that at all because I wasn't sure how it impacted the game. Alright, so that's all the modding I've done. So, let's now take a look at how amazing we were when we had last stopped playing this game. With one caveat, of course. It's been a long time, everyone, since I clicked this button. So actually, let me put a cut here really quick before I press it. Alright. Let's take a look at it. Oh, we're getting 290 energy a turn. Very nice. I didn't realize we're getting so much. With 7 expenses, I think we made it such that our lands are not affected by diseases, helping the people who are living in our shard. We're at turn 22, and we are playing on the competent difficulty setting. Competent, I feel, is the average difficulty setting. It is normal mode. Expert is when you start getting penalties to some things, and the game is hard enough, I think, without playing on expert. Competent is just right for me. I can play through the game. It's tough. I have to make several really difficult choices. The combats are really entertaining, and I'm not hitting revert to the past every, other turn or something of the sort. So, it's been great. I think we're doing really well. We have one collector reward. I think that means we put together a really difficult to assemble set of items. And we have Strategist 8. I think this means that 8 of our shards we won without losing a single battle. We've conquered 22 shards total. That includes 1 that was the tutorial shard. And I think 2 shards, it might have been 3, but I think it was only 2 that we cheated in. I don't think Dogar's shard counts here. It might, though, in which case I think it was 3 shards that we cheated. Originally, when I encountered the Hyperleveling Glitch, I had seen it before when playing New Horizons, but I was hoping it had been fixed years ago. So when I encountered it, I asked you guys if you would mind if I used the cheat engine to try to cheat in tandem with what the AI was doing. You guys said yes, and I decided that I was going to originally try to balance what I gave myself against how strong the AI was to make the battles entertaining to watch. And I did that, I think, for 2 shards. And then, I think 2 additional times, I decided I was instead going to give myself dragons and thousands of gold and gems and just whatever I want and just annihilate the AI, because how frustratingly stupid it is to fight an AI that cheats so blatantly. And the second shard was, I think, on this turn. I have reverted back to the astral. So I think the last video in this list that I had done, which wasn't my review of the game, was me in the shard that I was cheating in, and I've undone that shard. We're back here, and I'll be going after the same shard again if I can remember which one it was, and I think I do. One enemy defeated, this was Dogar. We attacked his shard, I think right after he attacked our shard. We have 6,810 glory. These are our points. The unfortunate part about this is this does, of course, include the shards I cheated in. But screw you, AI. I hate you when you cheat. So I'm not going to pay too much attention to it. I still think we did really well. We have 1 Keys of Truth. We have 1 Ancient Parts. I think these are optional ways to beat the game. And if you don't get all the Keys of Truth or don't assemble all the Ancient Parts, I think the game ends with the demons winning. There might be other ways to win the game as well that I'm unaware of at this moment. We also had acquired Dogar's Amulet and we just destroyed it, rather than seeing what was inside of it. I have since learned what Dogar's Amulet contains, and I think it made sense for Lotaeri to destroy it, based on, well, gaming-wise, what it would have done for us. A great many of the shards we had been in, we would not have been able to enjoy certain allies, as you gain an ally permanently, I believe, when you open this amulet or keep it and see what it's all about, or at least the option is presented to you there. If I remember our journal, for our 7th key, we have to talk to Styria in order to learn about it. So we'll do that after the current shard. I hear my phone going off, so I need to put a cut here. Actually, but this is a good place to stop really quick. So I'll be right back, everyone. Alright, everyone. I've taken a look at all of the shards that are available to us. So let's go ahead and cover them really quick. And then I'll choose one that we will attack. So we have Dosen, an average size shard where hills is the primary terrain type. It's got an okay amount of energy income. I would like preferably almost double of this given our turn, Astral Turn 22. The Trappers Guild is decent, as it lets us get a few more monsters in our armies. We would earn the Tier 3... No, I'm sorry, the Tier 2 Jeweler. Really? We haven't unlocked this yet. Okay. The Tier 2 Jeweler for us. A Torture Chamber, which would give us access to Executioners, which are, I believe, a 3rd rank unit. But we're playing a good-aligned Astral Master, so it's not that important to me to get that unlocked. We would gain a Pack Warrior as a unit available to us when we attack a shard, which I'm not very interested in because it's an evil-aligned creature. And we could purchase an extra 8 gold income when we invade a shard. This one's not very tempting for me. Goderage, an average-sized shard, plains as a primary terrain type. 15 energy income, not bad. Again, I would prefer like 28 or 30, but it's okay, I guess, for an average-sized shard. And there's 3 Tier 3 shops available here, which could be extremely useful to us. We could start with an extra 56 gold in our reserve. And again, there's another Pack Warrior here, which is useless to us. So the rewards here are mostly the unlocks for these shops, not these. These are just, actually, they're pretty bad. The Pack Warrior especially. Over here, Beliar, average size, hills, 15 energy. We would unlock the final crystal upgrade, Tier 3 crystals for hard quests. A Tier 3 plate maker for armor that, in particular, the warrior classes could wield. And I guess we never unlocked the Pegasi. I think it's probably one of the last Tier 2 units we have yet to unlock. We would get a Fairy as a garrison unit. That is somewhat useful, but we already have a Fairy in our garrison, so we don't need another. And a Raider's Jacket, which is a decent item for a scout to start with. So this one so far is the most tempting of the ones we've looked at. Any others hidden down here? No, okay. Markan, a large shard. Forests, 38 energy income. Very nice so far. We could unlock the Siege Works, which allows us to make catapults. There's 2 Tier 3 spell schools here. One for the nature spells, and one for light spells. Very nice. And a treasury. The treasury increases storage capacity, which could be nice when we're fighting for larger shards that last for hundreds of turns in our attempt to take them. So this one's a really nice one, and the gear here is also very good. We could unlock a guard's halberd. Very tempting, this shard. Better than this one. We have Verdal, a big shard. This would be our first big shard that we would be going for. This is practically, I think it's big, then very big, and then huge are the size of the shards. Hills is the primary type, only 16 energy though. The rewards would be a Tier 3 unit, the Knights. A Tier 3 spell school, the Tower of Chaos, one that I won't be using very often. We get the castle, however, which is required if we want Tier 4 units or Tier 4 spell schools, for example, being able to be built, I think. An Oracle, which is also sounds very nice from what I'm reading. decreasing bad events and increasing good ones. Very nice. The other rewards are 75 gold reserve, which is not so useful. Lizardman contract with just lizard guards is so-so. And a scholar in the garrison is decent. We already have a scholar, though, so we don't necessarily need another. This one is actually more tempting than Vertil is to me. We have Cernest. This is the shard I did attack when I was last here at Astral Turn 22. It's an average-sized shard with swamps as the primary terrain type. 35 energy income is very nice for an average-sized shard, especially that we're seeing like 15 seems to be the average for it. The Seafarers Guild is not too interesting to me, but we would get 2 Tier 3 spell schools, the Tower of Hypnosis and the Sphere of Ice. So this would be Illusion and Elementalism. These are very nice. We also would get a Plague Shooter in our garrison. Not the most useful unit, but it's at least a evil-aligned unit that we could consider taking, even though Lotaeri is a good-leaning Astral Master, because they have the Tolerance skill. I believe they get along with other races, despite the fact they're evil. It doesn't impact the army's morale at all. So that will be useful to know. The last one we have available is Eador, a large forest shard with 27 energy income. Decent so far. We have the Chapel of Immortals, which reduces the cost of resurrecting heroes, as you can see, rituals by 30%, which is pretty decent. The ritual cost especially, because you want to be casting these every turn when they're available to you later on in the game. We get 2 more Tier 3 spell schools, the Tower of Necromancy, which would unlock, it looks like, ghosts for us. We also get the School of High Magic, which is what is this? Meta magic? No. Enchantment? I think enchantment is what this is called. Decent spells. Really solid, but very expensive to use them. And we gain the artifact market, something I haven't seen before. Lets us purchase simple magical items. We would unlock a Plague Shooter, 69 extra gold, and a Silver Axe as potential purchases when we invade a shard. Of all the ones that are available here, I have decided that we will go after the exact same shard that we went after last time. Cernest. And the reason for this is the exact same reasons I went after this the last time. It's an average size shard with good energy income. I don't care about the Seafarers Guilds very much, and while these are very nice, I don't care about these overly much either. And the Plague Shooter's just so-so. Why am I attacking it then? Well, when I had gone after this shard in this playlist like 10 videos ago or so, I had done it because I had taken a small break from recording this game. I had recorded some scary games for Halloween, and then came back. It's been 2.5 years, and just like then, I don't have a good memory of playing this game. Far worse than just 40 days. And so, I think this will be a nice way to ease into it again. That, and because I've watched the first 58 minutes of me attacking this shard, so I have a generally good idea of what's awaiting for us. You might not remember, but in Eador Genesis, the game has a fixed random seed, is what it's called. What that means is that when random numbers are chosen, they are chosen in the same order that they were chosen in last time. So the numbers are random, but what you get isn't. So for example, if the game rolls a dice and it rolled a 7, 8, and 16, if you were to reload the game and play turns again and do things, that 7, 8, and 16 would be the result again. You would get exactly the same result. So I have a good idea of what this shard will look like when we go into it. It might be a little different because it has been 2.5 years, but I'm expecting us to be starting in the lowest section of the shard and for us to be in a really awkward position. And even though it says that swamps is the main terrain type, we won't have any immediately around us, and I'm thinking we will be struggling for gems early in the game. So, let's do this again, and remember how much fun we had playing Eador Genesis. Alright, So, I have already lowered the cost of the Dwarven Shield. It's a phenomenal shield with +2 defense, +2 range defense, and +5 hit points. It's also part of a set. It was 205 astral energy. Remember that I am lowering the astral energy costs of these items by 1/3. This isn't quite 1/3, but it's close enough. So we'll go ahead and take this with us. We are earning, I think, actually, what are we earning again? 200 something? 290 a turn. I would like to continue to earn 100 energy each astral turn, which is elapsing. In case you don't remember, when we attack a shard, we're on the shard, and it will take us some amount of time to win the shard. Anywhere, it's taken me like sometimes 100 turns, maybe even more than that on some shards to win. And then after we're done, win or lose, we're back here at the astral with 1 astral turn having elapsed. I think because we're playing Incompetent, our game will end around turn 50? It might be turn like 60. But I think we're 1/3 of the way done or 1/2 of the way done. I might be wrong. I don't actually know when it ends. It might be a little later than that. But we are getting closer to the end of the game. Much closer than I think I would normally like. In any case, what was I talking? Why was I bringing all that up? Oh, because I'm about to spend energy. So we're earning 290, so we're spending 145 at the moment for that shield. I would like to take more gems with us here. In particular, though, I want to bring gem income, which I think is almost always a better option than just taking more reserves, though these are also useful. Let's go ahead and grab as much gem income as we can, which unfortunately for us is only 3. But that's very powerful at the beginning of the game. This could be like 1 more spell each turn that you're casting. It's very nice, so we're definitely taking it. We have an extra 100 energy left. 2 energy left if I want to earn an extra 100. So we'll bring just 2 more coins with us. But there is something new that Eador Genesis New Horizons as of version patch 20 did, which will allow me to take a little more with me here. We can now get rid of some of the units in our garrison. We're going to spend maybe a minute or 3 talking about why this is important. When we attack a shard, we can select, as you've seen, items to bring with us. We can start with certain buildings. We can start with certain units. But we always have to pay the upkeep for these units, and these units are affected by the morale of other units that are in their army. The units are also affected by the alignment of your Astral Master. Over time, unless you're very careful, your Astral Master will start leaning towards being good or evil, and there's not anything wrong with playing the game one way or the other. Lotaeri has been a good aligned Astral Master, or tends to lean towards good rather than evil when in a shard. We've done good things for the people of our world, our own shard as well. As such, the evil units here are ones we don't particularly want. They will start with lower morale, and they will get along horrifically with the good aligned units here. When we also defend our shard from being invaded, I believe we start with random units from our garrison. So we kind of never want to ever earn any evil aligned unit. What version 20 did is we can actually sell our units back now. We will get a one-time gift of half the astral energy it would have cost us to take this unit with us by selling it back. So we're going to go ahead and just get rid of all of these as options. I don't care about any of the evil aligned units that we possess. And in return, we'll earn 179 astral energy. Done. Very nice. So I feel like we've got an extra 139 extra energy we could take with us to help us here. So why don't we take some more starting gold? How much can I take total? 114? let's take an extra, like, 65 gold with us. And why not also grab one more astral... Actually, let's go back up to exactly what we earn each turn, since we did just earn, effectively, the astral energy I would have earned at the end of this turn. So we'll spend that. We'll get 65 extra bucks in our starting treasury, 4 extra gold income, 3 gem income, and we start with the Dwarven Shield. Now, when we log in, everyone, in case you've forgotten, the very first thing I'm going to do is immediately exit, and then I'm going to restore the price of this shield back to its original price. So give me a... So you guys remember, to lower the cost of an item in the astral, I have to actually alter its costs in the game. How much it costs to purchase this item. In this case, I lowered the Dwarven Shield from 90 gold to 60 gold. Just so you're aware. Alright? So, let's do it. This is the first time I think I'm spending so much astral energy as well for me taking a shard. Looks like I really want to win this one. Alright, so I hope you like the music really quickly, because I'll be right back and we'll probably have different music. So 1 second. Alright, everyone. It has been a long time. So right away, I can tell that we have started in the same position that we did the last time we were here on Surnest, and the terrain around us looks like it's the same, but it looks like the lands are a bit different, because I don't see halflings directly to our northeast. I can also see that we're abutted against a corner, because I can see the edge of the shard here. I don't think I recognized that last time. So we are in the southeastern corner. Let's cover the things that I normally do before selecting a hero. Number 1, if I can run a mage, or if I want to run a mage class hero, or a wizard, then I want at least 10 gem income available to me after conquering all of the lands surrounding my immediate starting province. So let's take a look. We have none in the Valley of the Gone. We have none in Nidak Valley. We have none in the Prying Woods, and we have none in the Forbidden Wood. So all we would normally be getting is 4 gem income a turn. Not enough for a mage. Mages will want to cast like all their spells every turn, and that's probably 10 to 11 gems. And even then, if you're really careful, you still need gems to build some buildings. So we can't run a mage. We did, of course, take 3 extra gem income with us when we arrived at this shard, which is very nice, so that will help cover the initial costs, but still not enough to run a mage. Next, how about a commander? I generally like having about 60 gold in order to pay for the upkeep for a commander, because they have more units in their army than other types of heroes. So let's count all our money. We have 22 from Ritual. Plus 8 is 30 from Valley of the Gone. Plus 9 is 39 from Nidak Valley. Plus 5 is 44. Plus 3 is 47. We could do it, but it would be a really tight army to start. So I don't think I'm that interested in running a commander either. We could run a scout. But I don't like seeing forests with a scout. That will hurt us more than help us. If I had more plains and hills, I can see there's some hills over here that would be tempting. But no. So far, I am leaning towards a warrior. Next, are there any shops that I see? I don't see... So, first off, when it comes to our starting province, there is a store here. There wasn't the last time I was on this shard. Let's see what type of store it is. A tailor store. So there's cloth items for sale here. Useful for a mage. So we might be going mage second hero for this shard so far. Next. What would I be fighting around here? How and what type of units do I want to bring with me with my warrior hero? Well, I see barbarians, which is a bit awkward to see them so close to us right away, and brigands. They're all around our starting province, which means we need to be careful of our starting province being invaded by all of our neighboring provinces to start. So that's super awkward, and these battles will be tough for a starting warrior, but we're not going to have a choice. We got to go after them. It's probably going to be the barbarian tribes that I start with, but I would like, if at all possible, to somehow have a crystal shard built before I begin taking on some of these enemies. You might remember that the crystal shard will give us a starting quest. That quest will be something like kill wolves or kill goblins. It could be kill brigands, but we also might find halflings somewhere around, and to get the halflings to join us, they will want us to kill brigands. And so I think it would be beneficial for us to start by attacking the barbarian tribes rather than the brigand outlaws to start. Alright, so with that in mind, let's start building. So, because I'm going to take a warrior, and there's no province for me to send him into to start, but there is a tailoring store here, I think we do start by hiring our warrior immediately. Why would I not do that? Well, a warrior by his lonesome, with his starting army, will probably struggle to kill any of the groups that are here. I generally like hiring, like swordsmen or spearmen, to help him out at the start, rather than relying on like the militia or the slingers that he starts with normally. And so, I generally prefer waiting around before going after a province, but I do never ever want your hero not doing something. It is risky to have your hero just do an explore action, as he could be ambushed, and very early on, that ambush could easily kill your starting hero if he's level 1. But that ambush has amazing treasure in it if you're victorious at defeating it, but I don't like exploring first turn. This means that what I want to do on my first turn is, if there's a race nearby that I think we can ally with, I can hire that hero, send him to that province to get the ally quest, as that consumes his turn. We don't have such here, but we do have a starting shop. So I'm going to spend his first turn looking at what's in the shop to see what might be interesting for me to purchase, and see if I can get a quest from the shop. There may not be any, but there may be something. So let's go ahead and start with that. So because I'm going to hire the hero first, this also means I want him to have something to help him fight right away. I don't see any starting resources around us, so I'm going to start with the spearman, the swordsman school. Okay, so you've forgotten what they look like. Here's a swordsman. I've forgotten what they look like. Good range defense. Okay. Is that right? For a tier 1 unit, 3 standard defense is good for melee defense. Decent attack and counterattack. Solid unit overall. 45 gold to hire, 9 gold to maintain. They're expensive. They also have parry 3, which is great. That greatly reduces the damage that they take. Yep, decreases the first attack they take in a round of combat by 3 points. Alright, so in order to build this, we need to build the forge. Since we're hiring a warrior anyway, this is a great thing to begin with, because it lets us purchase this starting gear for him, in case I don't like the gear that he starts with. So, forge build. Remember that you can only build 1 building per turn. Alright, well, with that built, the next thing we should do is hire that hero. So let's go ahead and do that. And it's going to be a warrior. Warriors shine when it comes to trading blows. They have the strongest health of all the heroes and are able to wield the heaviest armor and weapons. 100 gold and 10 gems to hire him. Welcome aboard, Daros. As you can see, he starts with a militiaman and a slinger. You won't really be conquering anything with this army here. He also started with a short spear, which is, of all the weapons to have, one of the... I really dislike this for the starting warrior. He started with Armor Master as his random skill, so he's got +1 defense and +1 range defense to start. That is very powerful with what we're about to do for him. What is that, you ask? Well, we built the forge. So the first thing we're going to do is get rid of this garbage short spear. We're going to get rid of this buckler that we don't need either. We're going to buy him instead. Oh, I might going to buy him the hand axe, actually. Well, let's start by buying a simple chainmail. It gives him +2 defense and 2 range defense. Bring us to 3 and 3. And we did purchase this with Astral Energy, so he'll go ahead and start with Dwarven Shield. Defense. Let's talk about defense for a little bit. The more defense you have, the better it is in every way imaginable. Because you, with superior amounts of defense, you take no damage at all from attacks. So the more of it you have, the more of it you want, as you become impervious to enemies' attacks, wading through weak enemies and slaughtering all of them. It's incredible how much great defense is. And 5 defense and range defense to start? That's amazing for our warrior. I think we'll start with a hand axe as well for him. The difference here, well, should we? So the question is, do I want 2 attack, 2 counterattack, or 3 attack, 1 counterattack? I think we'll take the hand axe. Daros looks like a hand axe guy. All right. He's now outfitted. The very next thing he does is he spends his turn going to look at the halfling store. The tailoring store. There's nothing else we can do on our first turn. We're not attacking any provinces. We cannot build any more buildings. And we can, I do not have any guard to hire here. Right, because the buildings we build in this province are restricted to the ones we build in our, what's it called, Demosthene only? But still, that's the best thing we could possibly do. So, we are done. Let's go ahead and end our turn. My god, it has been a long time since I've said that. The hero Darius has reached the small tent of a tailor trading in outerwear. It looks like the owner is afraid of robbers, so he keeps a significant company of guards around. Number of guards, 15. You know, when I first started playing this game, some like 11 or 10 years ago, I would attack these because I never saw enter the shop as an option. I thought you had to attack it in order to access the shop. So these things are way too strong for our warrior to fight, but we're not here to fight them. We're here to actually enter the shop. So let's go ahead and do that. Seeing the hero, the owner smiles ingratiatingly. Ah, sir, would you like to purchase anything? The most fashionable clothes from the most distant countries. Many goods have magical properties. I offer only clothes of the highest quality and only the lowest prices. I would like to make a special order. This is how we get a quest. Unfortunately, I have too much work on my hands at the moment, so I'm not accepting any new orders. Okay. Didn't hurt for us to check. Look at the goods. So what is he selling? A coat. So first off, the prices here are much more expensive than they would be if you purchased them from a shop you can build in your Demosthene. So I'm not really interested in purchasing any of these things from him, but I am interested in looking at them. Oh, actually, the merchant's hat is tempting. A warm cloak is nice. It'll be so. This is plus 10 gold income. In 30 turns, we would make up the gold cost for having this. That's very tempting. But I don't know if I can afford the 300 gold so early on in the game, because we have to build quite a few more structures. So we're not going to buy it at this point. Warm cloak is nice. I like seeing recuperation 1 on a cloak. When we rest, we recover 1 more stamina. Emissary boots. 6 hit points, 3 stamina. Decent. Decent boots. 3 stamina, 6 hit point boots. That's really decent. Paladin's cloak for the Paladin set, which Daros would be able to use. Good to know that's here. A Ranger's cloak. Embroidered bracers. More bracers that add gold income. Part of the merchant's set. Is this part of the merchant's set as well? It is! If we were to buy both of these, we would also earn 2 extra gem income. And an incarnation hood. Part of the cloth of incarnation. Set. Decent. summoning power. So if we take a mage, we'll want him to be a summoner, a druid probably, or a necromancer. Okay, we picked up lots of good information by visiting this shop so early. Now that we also know that there are some things we can first off afford, and that are also pretty decent items. But nothing that we can afford at this, or nothing I'm willing to purchase this early. Okay, so that was our first turn. Second turn. So, the next thing I like doing, because we're gonna start fighting right now, is we need to purchase a school in order to have us do that. So let's purchase a swordsman school in order to purchase our swordsman. Remember that we are limited to 4 tier 1 units as the only ones we can purchase. Once we have all 4 unlocked, we won't be allowed any more. Since I just purchased the swordsman, this means I'm now very interested in purchasing the crossbowman school, because combined, these two allow you to purchase a guardsman contract, which I felt is a phenomenal tier 1 guard contract. So we'll be going for that. We'll probably, because I don't see halflings here at the moment, be aiming for a Brotherhood of Light. And as for a ranged unit, maybe we take a slinger instead of our spearman school. We'll see. I'll think about it. Alright, well, let's go ahead and hire some of those spearmen. How on earth do I do that? Bear with me here, everyone. It's been a while. Dash treasury and shops. Hire troops. Okay. So, because now I plan on moving our warrior out of our main province, it is extremely important that I leave something in this province to defend it if it comes under attack. If you don't have anything in your garrison, then if your province guards are defeated, your garrison, your capital will fall to the enemy, and you can lose the game instantly, just like that if that occurs. So I will move the militiaman there, and that will be good. We'll never move him out. He's one of the cheapest units in the game we can have, and him sitting in here means that if our capital comes under siege, it'll take them like 23 turns at least, probably closer to like 80 turns for them to assault this castle. So I am quite content with that, especially because we won't have guards here for some time. Now, let's cover buying something, because it's probably been a while. Normally, the swordsman is 45 gold to hire. However, he requires iron. If you do not have any iron, then you must purchase all the iron that a unit would require. This is the way it works with all special resources. At the moment, every slab of iron is 21 gold to purchase it. If we had any iron, we would have all of the iron we would ever need to purchase any of the things that require it. But we don't have any at this moment. So what this means is that this guy is an extra 21 gold to purchase. As you purchase units, both you and any other Astro Master on the Shard, I believe the price of that goes up by 1. So now it's 1 extra to purchase this swordsman. And if we had purchased that cap, we would be down to 2 gold and 74 gems. But we would at least still have an income. But actually we would have plus 10 more gold income. So we would also have 12 gold and 74 gems. But it's too risky to purchase that item so early. And now, for the moment of truth, it's time to attack. So we're gonna go after these barbarians. So hold on. So let's talk a little bit about this. So I generally like attacking provinces before I decide to attack locations. These are all options for us here. But let's say that we attack the undead and we find a bunch of skeletons and we defeat them right now. We could have gotten a quest from the crystal to defeat skeletons, and thus we lose out on that. Furthermore, these locations will give us more money and possibly some treasure. but the provinces give us a steady income. So I generally prefer clearing these out first if I think I can. So we're going to go after this province next. Let's go ahead and start. The hero Daros has entered the province of Nidek Valley. The barbarians who claim these lands to be theirs by right are setting an armed party to intercept. Number of enemies? 3. There's going to be 2 barbarians and 1 shaman here. We attack. Oh my god. It's been so long. Alright. Let me look at this really quick. So, I think I'm fine with all of this. Let's start with this. And we'll keep the battlefield grid off at the moment, but we can turn that on by hitting G. Okay. So, the enemy's going first. They won the initiative. So, they have placed their units first, and now I get to place my units afterwards. Let's do something like this. What's your range again, by the way? 4. So if you're here, it's 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, is really? Really? I thought slingers had a range of 4. Okay. So a range of 5. So if he's here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they move up 2, like this, then they'll be within range of the slinger right away. Okay, let's set up like this, and we'll be good to go. They did just charge up. Okay. So, I'm going to pull this warrior back. He didn't cast a spell? I fully expected him to cast Curse on our slinger. I'm glad he didn't. Alright. So, we do 4 damage. It'll be enough to enrage one of these guys. Let's enrage... it doesn't really matter, this one. Oh! It didn't. Only 2 damage. That's kind of good. We'll move back 1. Can my 2 knights take out these 2 warriors? Let's move up. So let's move Daros here. I'm expecting one of these warriors to move up here and the other one to move behind him. I don't know which one's going to do what, though. But if I move here, Daros can assist by going here and attacking, if need be. So let's move him down. Alternatively, he's got 5 defense. How much attack do you have? 9. He'll take 4 damage. And he'll hit him back for 4 damage. It won't be enough to kill him, though. No, let's move down here. And that will be good. Okay. Interesting way to do it. I think we can kill this guy with both of these knights and our slinger. Daros, let's bring you down here to avoid that berserker. Bit awkward here at the end. Okay, but we still won. Ooh. Well, actually, that's not very useful. That's a shame. It would have been, but we took a decent weapon already. So, how about that? Sorry, a shield. I don't think I'm going to give up my shield for this, but that's kind of cool to see this. We'll talk about this in a bit. So we gained 17 gold and 2 gems from the battle, and we gained a bastard sword. And we see more barbarians over here. I was hoping that we would see something that wasn't barbarians there. Okay. So with this province taken, what's in it? Demons, undead, minotaurs, clerics, mercenaries, adventurers. Okay. So I think we will come up here and fight these barbarians. In the meantime, we should begin working towards the Crystal of Power. So let's start by building a tavern, which will give us some extra income. And that's it. Let's end our turn. 3 more enemies, Barbarian and Shaman. It's the same exact group of enemies. Let's fight them. I think this time I will do this, because Daros got hit hard last time. Oh, Tim, that's kind of a mistake what you just did. I'll do this. And how much damage? Is there someone who has 2 ranged defense? Okay. Can I kill both of them this turn? I don't think I can. It would be very close. Actually, I can kill both of these this turn. I can't! Oh! That sucks! And I might lose this, this knight. Actually, I think I will lose him. Oh, that was badly played. Alright, well, it's been a long time. So we lost our slinger and we lost one of our swordsmen to take that province. We did level up. +1 command is nice. Do I want to start earning speed +1? Let's take a point in... It's hard not to take Armor Master too, since we already have so much armor. Let's take it. Our single swordsman can get +1 hit point. That was really awkward. I thought we would have the damage to kill him, and we didn't. Alright, well, that's all there is to it. Let's go ahead and... What else do I need to make this, by the way? We need the altar. Okay, we're heading back down. We'll pick up more units while we're back there. Let's end our turn. So... I think we now build the Crystal of Power. It's a bit expensive gem-wise, but it will yield 1 extra gem a turn. And now we can get a quest. We'll probably also take the Brotherhood of Light next as well, since I don't see any way to have ourselves healed. There is a Savage Wood here, which means, like, druids. There might be a fairy... Druids. Dryads. There might be a fairy tree, which means we could hire fairies, and they... I think, can heal. But it'll be some time before I think we're allowed before we can conquer this land to search it. So no. We're going to build the Brotherhood of Light next turn. Let's go ahead and head on into the crystal and get our quest. And hopefully it's something like brigands, because there's a ton of them all over the place. You know, what turn is it? Turn 5? Turn 4. It's turn 4 and we haven't gotten the tree event yet? The hero Daros has reached a magic crystal through which astral energy streams out into this world. According to the ancient law of Eador, mortal heroes can receive special quests here. Choose a quest of low difficulty. Yes! 8 brigands! A dull voice is heard from somewhere deep inside the crystal. New quest. Eliminate creatures. Name? Brigand. Number 8. Return after the quest is fulfilled. Alright, I'll be back soon. We will be. We have brigands. We have dead. Sad, this is awful. You know, these hostile lands are all around us. This is just awful. Alright. Alright, well, brigands are our quest. That's great, because we have so many brigands all around us, we can go ahead and kill them all. Let's go ahead and now build that Brotherhood of Light. We'll unlock this as a unit for us. And maybe we'll have enough money to hire all of this. So we want a swordsman. We'll want a healer. And we have enough for another swordsman if I want him. Could hire this veteran spearman for 50 bucks. actually. He's 10 bucks around, though, if I want to hire the... I see, he's 100 bucks. He's probably 20 a turn. Could we afford him? We could. We could. But I think we'll be fine with another swordsman. Now, we got a bastard sword from one of those battles. It's kind of a shame that we get this. It's a good tier 2, I think, a weapon. As you can see, we don't have anything like it here. And if I was to build in our province the weapons store... Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's a tier 1 weapon. Okay, I thought it was a tier 2. It's a two-handed weapon, which is the only downside of it. So we would have to not use our shield. We could still swap it out, depending upon what we're fighting. But it's also heavily damaged, and I don't want to spend the 44 bucks it would take... So the 35 bucks it would take to repair it. We will repair our current gear, though. And we'll just hold on to this. If we come back after getting quite a bit of cash, we can go ahead and maybe... use it as a off weapon. Alright, so as we're fighting brigands, let's begin killing brigands. We'll go over here and defeat this group. Four enemies. We will eradicate them. The hero Darius has entered the province of Prying Woods. Suddenly your party's way is blocked by a gang of brigands operating in this area. 4 of them. Brigand, thief, renegade. There's probably 2 thieves, or 2 brigands, and 1 renegade. The other being a thief or a brigand. Let's attack! Okay. So, we want our warriors ready to attack theirs, and our poor healer is going to get the snot shot out of them. What's your ranged defense, Darius? It's 6, and yours is 5. Let's do this to start. Darius, we'll put you on the hill in preparation to be struck by this brigand. And that will do. He's probably going to move up and shoot our healer this turn. I'll be okay with that. Okay. I'm thinking Darius moves up and kills this rogue. We can't kill him with 1 hit. Darn it. But we'll weaken him to the point where he will be practically useless. Our knight moves up and attacks the brigand. You know, we could kill this brigand as well. Let's move Darius here, no matter what. You move here onto the hill and attack this brigand. Okay. I don't want to lose my healer right away. Let's... 3 hit points, 5 attack. I'd have to move my healer back if I want him to live. And I don't kill this guy, because I'm not going to kill the thief if I attack him. At the very least, let's move you up. And you up. So do I weaken the thief? Or do I kill the brigand? Does the brigand have... does not have forest mastery. I think we will pull our healer back and he'll heal himself. And we will kill... oh, sorry, we will weaken. So he's going to move here to attack him and get counterattacked and killed. He's going to move up and attack this guy from this slot, I think. And attack him. And then he's going to move up and attack him again. But he'll survive all of that. He's going to move up and shoot my healer on his turn. But our healer will survive, and we'll win this battle without any losses. We'll hurt the thief. Okay, that didn't quite work the way I thought it was going to. But it did still work. We can take advantage of the fact that the thief has agility. It's like something called like vigilance, right? Agility. So when he attacks, our units don't counterattack him. I'm fine with this, because then we can take advantage of the fact that our little healer can heal a turn or two more. And he won't be doing any damage to us. Do you have any of those left? He does have some of those left. Okay, so now we kill him. Now our healer lost a little bit of morale, so what we're going to do is move him up here, because when we kill this thief, he will gain morale back. Alright, piece of cake. That was 3 brigands killed as well. And we gain +1 more command. And I think we take the last rank of Armor Master. Let's grab it. First aid? Or morale +2. Let's grab first aid, 1 point in it. More barbarians, but they're guarding iron. We'll want that, but we're not strong enough to take it at the moment. And our first free settlement all the way out here. Not hostile. Okay. Oh, we did pick up 1 more command, but I don't want to double back to our... Oh! No, I'm sorry, no. I built the Temple of Light, and I thought I forgot to take spells, but that wasn't the case. We haven't built a library yet. Okay, so let's just fight more brigands. We'll go here next. And back at home, we will take the library. We'll need it to build a spell school next. Okay, and that will be good. Probably the same exact group of units. We can absolutely take them. Even better, there's a ton of terrain here. I like this. Let's go. Of course. Okay, he begins moving back because he took a ton of damage. You two can kill that guy. Stop shooting my healer. Now, if I had Hold the Line turned on, I'm pretty sure their units would just sit here. In which case, I wouldn't even bring the healer up. I'd just move all of my other units up instead to deal with this. And given all the forests, we'd be undercover, we wouldn't take any damage from their healer, and I could juggle units to avoid taking that much damage. But because Hold the Line's off, they all move up, and that's very frustrating. I love it. Alright. 15 more bucks for that fight. Another province falls to us. A healing medal. I will take 1 of them to start. We'll grab 2+2 morale for our swordsman. Lizardman lands. Well, they're a potential ally, so we'll go ahead and get their quest to kill slugs, I suppose. To that end, let's look around and see how many slugs we might have. Illithids! Good God! I've never even fought Illithids before. Mind Flailers. Oh, horrible creatures with psionic attacks in Dungeons & Dragons. Wonder what they're like in this game. I see no slugs there. There might be a slug at the fairy tree, but I don't want to fight the fairy. Oh, wait, we have a fairy tree here. We gained +1 command. We should go back there and get a fairy. What do we have here? A gang of robbers. We want to take that out sooner rather than later. Monster catchers? No, they won't have anything there. I see nothing that could have slugs in it here. We have no sewers. Okay. Alright, so what are we doing? So, we have that extra slot for a character. We could go get a fairy, but she'll be expensive gem-wise. I think we could afford it, though. I would get the fairies, and then... what could I take out? There's a wing of dragons in this forest. That's awful. The random encounters that happen here could be absolutely nightmarish for us. Or in the surrounding provinces. Good God, lichens. Werewolves, they are incredibly difficult to kill. I'm not seeing anything easy in these locations for us to fight. Adventurers could be doable. I see undead here. Clerics might be doable this early. Demons could be as well. How many more? We have 2 more brigands to kill. Is that correct? 2 more. We could get those when we fight the rebels. Do I want a fairy? It's going to take a turn to go back here and get them. I think I do. Let's go back and pick up a fairy. For our lands, let's go ahead and build the show booth. It'll unlock the gaming house, which will want to increase our income. And I think we can now begin purchasing pubs. No, we cannot. What does it take to build pubs again? Is it the granary? The inn. Okay, so we have to build the granary to unlock the inn. Oh, and we need the gaming house. Okay, so we need both of those. All right, how much money are we getting per turn? 41. Not bad. All right, let's go back and try to get a fairy. Oh, I hope we can afford it though. Oh, maybe we can't afford a fairy so early. I want it. I really do. We're gonna try. Okay, and we go to the fairy tree. And we'll go ahead and build the gaming house next. Our income is now up to 46 since we built that. The hero Daros has reached a glade with a big magic tree towering in the middle. This enchanted place is home to fairies and other forest folk, well able to stand up for themselves if necessary. It is rumored that the Fae folk hoards countless riches. It is also said every day in their domain is a festival. Amazingly, both rumors seem pretty close to truth. There's 5 enemies here, a fairy, a dryad, and a wolf. We could easily defeat them, but I'm here to gain a fairy as an ally. Talk to the fairies. The hero Daros has reached a big magic tree whose crown and hollows are inhabited by fairies. Judging by the noises and laughter coming from the tangle of branches and leaves, the Fae folk are having a party. One of the sprites flies out to the tree's crown and up to the hero. Hail to you, human! What has brought you to us? I want to revel at your feast. That's easy. The fairy waves her magic wand, and Daros shrinks in size until he is her height. Welcome to the festival. Let's treat everyone at our expense for 50 bucks. During the feast, Daros makes friends with few of the forest folk, and they become interested in the idea of leaving their native forest and seeing new lands by joining the hero's party. Would you like to hire them? Yes. Oh my god, we barely have the cash for it, but we do have the cash for it. $2 left. Fairy hired. After having lots of fun at the forest feast, the hero, a bit tipsy, returns to his everyday life. The fairy's spell is broken, and Daros returns to his normal life. Sometimes we all need to rest. Alright, not bad. But that was very expensive. I think it was worth it. Let's build a granary next. We'll head back home. We'll fight some rebels. If we're lucky, there's 2 brigands in that fight. And then we can quit. So I can, off-screen, see what the crystal will get us as a reward for the treasure. We're probably taking gold as the reward from the crystal, though, to be quite honest. It'll be like 300 or 400 gold, and we could use that to purchase another hero, which probably should be what we do. Let's go here, though, first. Okay, what turn is it? Turn 10, and we're only level 2. Oof. Alright. So we cannot build the inn. So now it's time for us to first off repair our equipment. And we'll go ahead and fight some rebels at the bandit horde here. Let's see what they're all about. Oh, we can build granaries now at these provinces, but I don't think I want to. Let's just we're saving up for later. The hero Daros approaches the suspicious building, something vaguely resembling a den of robbers. It looks like the criminals here might be of the most unrespected kind, and it will probably be worth clearing out this nest of riffraff as quickly as possible. 4 enemies, militiaman, slinger, and brigand. I'm expecting 2 militiamen, 1 brigand, and a slinger. If we're lucky, there'll be 2 brigands here. We can complete this quest next turn. Attack! Our fairy can go there, and we'll put Darius in the middle. Their slinger will be set up close to that hill. If it can't, actually, it can't reach the hill. I think we're good. 1 brigand. Darn it, so we have to do another one of these. All right, no problem. Daros, up you go. That was dumb. That was a huge mistake. I should have cast haste first. Okay. I think we attack the brigand. How much life do you have left? 9? We can't quite kill you. Let's cast another haste. Actually, do you have a heal, by the way? You do not have a heal. Okay, so let's cast haste here. Oh, did I move him already? I didn't think I did. I must have. I moved him out of the swamp. Then you messed us up, Tim. Oh, actually, that wasn't that bad at all. Hey! Free hat! A leather hat! Nice! 3 hit points for Daros. We'll take it. We gain... I think we'll take +1 attack on this guy. 2 morale. 85 bucks as a reward for that fight. No other treasures, but that's acceptable. we will... If I can remember how to do it, repair my equipment. There we go. Not worth repairing yet. It is worth repairing, but I don't have the funds for it. Let's build the inn. +3 income, attracts better mercenaries to the castle, allows building a pub in provinces, provides 1 contract with the Adventurers Guard. Done. And then we'll build a pub here. It's 25 bucks, and pubs grant +3 income. Actually, we should probably build it here to reduce the unhappiness. Oh no, it won't improve the happiness unless we build something in our main province. What was it again? A theater. Okay. Well, we need 1 more group of rebels killed. Is there one here? There is not. All right. I thought we had a lot more brigands than we had. There's one there. So we did this in the bad order. We should have gone here first. Too late. We'll move here, defeat these rebels, and then we'll call the session, everyone. Been a long time to play this game. I've missed this game a whole lot. But on that same note, man, if we run into that bug, that's probably it for us. So hopefully we don't see it. All right, Daros. Let's start by fighting those. Let's end by fighting those rebels. We have more cash, but I can't afford anything here. Let's keep building more pubs then. We haven't had any events yet. We're on turn like 20? Turn 12 and no events? That's interesting. We didn't build anything in our main province. That's why it's telling us, hey, you forgot to do that. No, we didn't forget. There's nothing available to us. We gotta save. That extra starting money we had, that we took with us, like 65 extra bucks, is what let us afford that ferry. 5 enemies, militiamen, slinger, but we definitely should come here first. There'll be 2 militiamen, 2 brigands, and a slinger. Alright, well, let's do it. The hero Daros has approached a half-destroyed ancient tower. The inhabitants of this old citadel have noticed him, and are preparing for battle. 5 enemies. We are good. Oh! Only 1 brigand. 2 slingers. Oof. Do they have... One of them has stunning shot. Both of them have stunning shot. That is annoying. But we can deal with that. Daros. Let's move you all the way up to get their attention. The rest of my army marches up. And our healer moves up here. Remember that haste increases someone's movement by 2 and grants them +1 more stamina regeneration per round. I really want to destroy their archers first because they have stunning shot. I gotta be careful with her. She can die to this brigand if I'm not careful. She'll just stay where she is. Picking on one of my people, huh? That's acceptable. Good thing I noticed that my healer was gonna die if I didn't do that. It's probably more prudent I attack the brigand. He does more damage than that slinger does. By far, he does. Alright. Not bad. Take it. And a flash of bright... Oh, we have to choose now! I forgot. We don't go back to the crystal for this. Oh, no! In a flash of bright light, in front of him, the hero Daros sees a magic crystal through which astral energy flows. From somewhere deep inside comes a dispassionate, dull voice. The quest is fulfilled. Choose your reward. Well, since I can't be... I have to step back in time if it's a magic item and it's not useful to me. And I don't want to do that. I don't like going back in time. Normally I would cheat. Do this at the beginning of the next episode, but I'm not gonna. So we do need more gold. We pretty badly need it. So we'll choose gold. The crystal flashes for an instant with an unbearably bright light and disappears. After the light goes out, a coffer filled with 487 gold stands in the crystal's place. I wonder where that came from. We also gained another level. I think we might have gained 2. Let's grab a point of Constitution to give us a little more hit points. So hit points +2, stamina +1. Only 1 level did we gain. You're going to gain a hit point, and we gain some common arrows, so garbage. A little bit of money and 4 gems. Oh, man! The tree. I was spending this earlier on. A tree bearing gold coins has grown in the province of the Valley of Gone. Wow. The tree bearing gold coins has grown in the province of Valley of the Gone overnight. Legend has it that this tree is sacred and it's strictly forbidden to pick its fruit. So, we could forbid anyone to pick these coins. In which case, we are praying that no one does so. And if they don't, this province will gain a very tiny bit of income added to it, like +1 gold. If they go and take it anyway, then, well, bad things happen to those people. We could fell the tree and get money, but I think bad things happen then too. We could also spend 100 gold to guard it, but I kinda need that 100 gold. So we will just forbid anyone to pick these coins, and hope no one does so. The fruits of the golden tree increase income from the province of Valley of the Gone by 3 gold per day. Yes! No one plucked any of the fruit. They turn to spiders and attack people, and the tree withers and dies. And so some of the coins were able to be saved. And you can go and get those coins to the people who took it at the cost of the province disliking you a little bit more. But this is fantastic. We didn't have to spend money for it. I've heard that the more good aligned your Astromaster is, the better the chance that this goes this way without you having to pay to guard the tree. Oh, that worked out really well. And we have enough money that we could purchase another hero. If I remember correctly, I think the last time I was on this shard, I asked you guys what the second hero should be. But I will choose for us this time, and we will choose a wizard to start as our second hero. While we don't have the gem income, we're only earning 4 a turn. We have the potential to get more. There's 5 here for these Lands of the Dead. Actually, there's only 5. There's 5 for the Lizardman lands, but we're not probably taking either. Never mind. Maybe we don't want a mage. Darn it! I really do want a mage. We have a tailoring store for crying out loud. That really lends itself to a mage. I could try to do some very easy battles. He can't be a summoner either, Tim, which is what you want him to be. Because summoning requires you having gem upkeep to keep those creatures with your army. I'll think about it. But in the meantime, we're done with this episode. So thank you guys for watching. It was a fun time again to play this. Man, it's been a long time. God, I hope I don't encounter that bug. It'd be so much fun to play this game again. But if we run into it, we'll talk about it then. So thank you guys for watching. In the next episode, we'll be hiring a second hero. Probably the mage after all. Probably. We're not going to have any gems. We'll see. Maybe it's going to be the scout after all. We do have some hills over here, so the scout would also make sense. All right. Well, thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and take care, everyone.